You guys can fire away.
Same as always, guys. Just raise your digital hand. We'll call on you. We'll start things out with Andy.
Yeah, you said this week that making a decision about the quarterback position was not very hard. What led you to go with two guys today?
Can you hear me okay, Andy? No, it wasn't a hard decision. When you really watch the film really hard, and you go drive by drive and you look at it, and if I could have said it was all the quarterback's fault, then I would have made it a different decision. But when you look at it really hard and it's not the quarterback's fault and we're not playing well enough around him, that's why we decided to go with him. We feel like Emmett's been practicing really well over the last 2 weeks, and just like you would rotate another guy in a position, we felt like he was ready. We felt last week he was almost ready, but just not quite there yet. And we thought he could give us a spark with some of the things we saw him throwing the ball in practice and hitting some of those deep balls, which he did early in the game. So we thought we could take advantage of how he's been practicing.
We'll go next to Rich.
After that spectacular turnover you had on their 3-yard line, it was again another example of getting a turnover and not producing points. Is that what made you go with Moorhead after that series?
No, I had decided, Rich, just to be completely honest with you, I had decided that Emmett was going to go in the third series regardless how we were playing.
Okay.
But I understand that question.
We'll go to Trevor.
No, it's a lot of things to go into it, but it's the third straight game where it's been.
Trevor, hang on one second. I got to make this loud because they're loud next door and I can't hear you. Just give me 1 sec. Here, go ahead. Okay, Trevor. Sorry, man.
No problem. So it's the third straight game where it's been pretty close for a while, and then the other team has erupted for 14 or 21 points in one quarter. Obviously, it's a lot of factors to go into it, but what do you attribute that to? Why are they having one big quarter each game?
Oh, I don't think you can look at it just collectively. In this game, we misfit 2 runs and we missed 2 tackles that led to 14 points on plays that we were stopping the whole entire first half. It was nothing new. And then we hit a low punt and they returned for a touchdown. That's what I saw, at least in the game. If that makes sense.
We'll go to Mitchell.
Coach Hafley, can you hear me? Sorry, I'm not.
Oh, no, I got you good. Thanks,
Okay.
Mitch.
All right. I noticed this game that you guys ran a lot of single high safety looks as opposed to some of the other games where you've kind of rotated your back end coverages. Was that done intentionally for the purposes of stopping the run game?
We had some new guys in at linebacker with IGM not playing. And, we played some 2-high coverage. Some 2-high coverage we played out of a 1-high look to disguise it that way instead of starting in 2-high and rotating down. So we do that a lot in the game. We mix up 2-high, 1-high, rotate back, rotate down. But just without IGM and some of the new backers in the game, we just wanted our cleats in the ground so they weren't moving and disguising as much. Sebastian's not in the game. You got some guys, some new guys. We just wanted to kind of get them comfortable and not disguising as much.
We will go to Andy.
Jeff, what made you go with Dennis on that last drive?
No, just felt, that was something he'd experienced before, 2-minute situations, which, Emmett hadn't played football since his junior year in high school. Emmett's played 13 or 14 games in his whole career. His senior year got canceled because of COVID. Obviously, he hadn't had many reps in training camp. So just the guy with the experience in that type of situation, we felt like it was the best. Just, the best bet was to go with Dennis.
We'll go back to Rich.
You're on Rich mute. You're on.
I got it. Hey, Coach, just on defense, it looked like the consistency was there. It was just a couple of chunk plays. I mean, there were a lot of 3-and-outs. Is that at least something you take out of this game was the defensive effort?
Look, I thought the defense played their butts off. I think they threw for about 65 yards, and we gave up those 2 explosive runs, which are about a third of their yards on misfits and missed tackles. They're a good offense. They're racking up points and yards against everybody that they play. The back's a really good player. The quarterback's a really good runner. I don't think they had a completion in the second half against us. Our defense is playing pretty well, guys. I mean, we gave up 14 points on defense in this game. Right now we're in the top 20 in the country in scoring defense. So I really don't care about yards. I care about the explosives and the misfits. But I'm proud of the defense, and they fought back at the end. But they gave up 14 points today against a pretty good offense and two really good guys who can run the ball. Now, we could have been better, and we need to be better, but we should be able to win games with that.
Good, Andy.
You guys lose Tyler Vrabel again. This time it's a different injury, it seems like. But how big of a loss is that, and what do you do going forward at left tackle, trying to figure out that situation?
It's a huge loss. You lose your starting left tackle early in the game. We need to get better. Figure out who the best guys to play that position. Jack came in and did a good job. We rotated around a little bit late in the game, and we got to help those guys more, especially when we have to throw. You know what I mean? All of a sudden you're down 2 possessions and you have to throw. It's hard to block guys one-on-one. We got to help them. So we got to coach better. We got to play better. But it was really a shame that we lost Tyler. Not having him and not having Trey. Those are 2 pretty big guys in there that we didn't have a chance to play.
We'll go to Jack.
Hey, Coach, can you hear me?
Yep, I got you, Jack.
Hi, I'm with the Heights. First time here. Do you think the rotating quarterback situation today impacted your flow of offense at all, or do you think it was necessary for the game tonight?
No, I don't think it impacted the flow at all. It was what we had planned, and the team was excited about it. So no, I don't. It's a good question and a fair question, but I don't.
We'll go to Mitchell.
Sorry, Mitchell, you're on mute.
Sorry, you mentioned rotating the offensive lineman. On the last drive, we saw Zion at left tackle and Ozzie Trapilo at left guard. What went into those decisions to move those players to those positions on the final drive?
Trying to get our quarterback more time to throw the ball. I don't mean to be short with you. I'm just telling you the truth.
I think that's all our questions. Thanks, everybody.
Stu, you have a question? Stu, I'm sorry, Stu, is that you raising your hand?
Go back to Mitchell.
Sorry, I just had one more. We saw it up here that you had Zay Flowers in on the punt block on one of the last possessions. Was that just kind of like a spur of the moment decision? Like, hey, we need somebody with speed on the edge to get in on the punter?
It was part of the game plan. Zay's one of our best players, and with the game on the line, we need to put our best players in position to make plays. And we thought he could get it, so we put him in.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.